Well, hey, Together Church, I hope you all are doing well today. Hey, before we get moving on the video, I just want to let you know that you guys are being prayed for and being prayed for daily. I'm praying for you, praying for God to continue to speak into you, praying that you would continue to hear Him and continue to grow in your faith, and really praying that your hunger for Him and His Word would just continue. And so I hope that you're feeling some of the answers of those prayers and know that you're being prayed for and that we love you greatly and care for you greatly. And not only am I praying for you personally, but also our Ignite network. I speak with Ignite leaders weekly, and they are constantly praying for us as a church. They really believe in us, and they believe that what God is doing here in Moncks Corner through the life of our church is vital, it's important, but they also believe that we're making a difference in the lives that are being touched and people that are being introduced to Jesus. And not only is Ignite praying for you, but also our missionary church denomination is too. They have us on their prayer list, and just praying that we would continue to replicate disciples throughout our community. And so lots of prayer is happening for you. So if you feel like things in your life aren't going really well, just know that people are praying for you and that God is doing a work in your life. We just want you to see Him doing that, feel Him doing that, and know that He's working. Because we believe that when we pray, God answers. We believe that when we pray into accordance with Him, He hears us. We serve a God that hears our prayers. We've been talking about that with Jonah. And over the last few weeks as a church, we've been praying. Our leadership and our outside overseers have been praying with us and helping us to make some difficult decisions. One of the things that has happened over the last couple of weeks, as we have gathered physically again, is the number of cases with coronavirus, not just in our state, but in our county, have been spiking. And they've been at a very uncomfortable growth rate for me and for other people, because the virus is running a little rapid right now for whatever reasons. And no matter where you stand on whether you believe the numbers are fake or the numbers aren't, whatever, let's just put all that aside and let's just agree that we know that the virus is a real thing and that people are getting it. Some people are getting it and it's not even affecting them that much other than like just achy. But then there are some people that have gotten it and they have become very, very sick. And I've talked to people on both spectrums. A few months ago, a lot of us didn't know anybody personally in our area that had it. And over the last couple of weeks, I feel like everybody that I've talked to knows somebody, a family member, or they've had it, or they've been exposed to it, or in some nature, it's now become personal. And, knowing that and knowing the numbers skyrocketing and moving up and knowing everything that's happening around us, what we have prayed and asked God is, what do we do as a church right in the middle of this? Because we just got back together about a month ago, and we feel like we've heard from God. We feel like God has told us to put pause on the weekend, to not gather physically right now. And the first time that we paused the church, I got really nervous that, oh no, we can't do this. But we're not a church built on a weekend. We're a church built on God. And God moves outside of Sundays as much as He moves on Sundays. And He moves in large groups and He moves in small groups. And He moves no matter, there's no thing that's going to cause Him not to move. He's a God that moves. He's a God of proximity. He's close to us. He hears us. We've been talking about that over the last couple of weeks. He guides us. And so we feel like the weekend for us needs to pause right now. And we need to put the pause in order to provide the things that we need to provide for you as a body. Because our promise to you is we're going to provide an environment that you could worship at your own comfort level. That was going to be safe. It was going to be clean. And spacious, and we provided that. But now that we feel with everything that is ticking up, that we can't offer those things the way that we would want to help protect you, the body of those that are showing up. And even the truth of the matter is, as the virus continues to spike, our weekend physical attendance continues to decrease while our online attendance continues to skyrocket. And so what we know is that when people aren't there on Sunday morning, you are engaged online, watching, interacting here. So our church has been consistent through this. Matter of fact, when we first went on this Together Church at Home deal a few months ago, we saw the greatest spike in growth of our church, financial growth, Miracle Grove, spiritual growth. We saw spiritual growth happening at big levels. We saw spiritual conversations happening at big levels, and we saw great things happening. I felt like we had so much momentum moving through the last time that we were all separated at home, worshiping together and with our groups. And so that's what we're going to go back to in order for us to provide these things. We didn't know a whole lot the last time we did it. We've learned a lot of stuff over the last couple of months. And one of the things that bothered me and troubled me with us physically gathering is we could not offer the best environment for our kids to be in to truly get the spiritual growth they needed and to get the things that they needed. We struggled with that, and because we didn't want to put them back in classrooms. Many of you were not comfortable bringing your kids into that, and so we feel that this time we got to figure out a better way to equip you as the parent and family to have family groups. And that's what we're going to be working on right now, is getting you putting all the kids together that you have in your home around the table, watching the videos online for kids, and then having curriculum. We're going to provide you digitally and physically, whichever way that you would like to have that. We're going to get that to you so that you can lead your kids around the table. We'll continue resourcing and helping you to do that. We do the same thing with our students. We do the same thing with our adults through our Together groups. We're going to resource you, and we want to add more leaders. So if you're interested in leading a Together group, let's talk. We would love to get you in there and leading. And we will teach you how to do it. I mean, we'll show you how to lead a group. It's not that difficult. Just be nice and care for people and love Jesus, and we can work with that. I believe that what God's going to do through our church, even in the middle of this, that we were made for this. We were made for this because we're not dependent on the weekend. We're dependent on God, and we're going to move where He moves. And that's why we pray and hear from Him. So starting this weekend, no physical gathering. So we're going to pause it, move forward over the next couple of weeks and continue to hear. But church is still going to take place because we're still going to be meeting and doing things and investing and empowering, and the church will go on. And that's what we're going to do. So if you have questions, feel free to email me. I know some of you are disappointed because you really love coming on the weekends, and I do too. But right now, we just want to offer a place of safety and be able to devote 100% of our time to everybody and not feel like we've got two groups that we're trying to work with. So this is the best thing for our church. We really believe that God has led us to this decision right now in the moment. We're going to continue to pray, continue to hear, continue to move wherever He tells us to move. We love you. We're praying for you, and we can't wait to see you soon.